Hello and welcome back everybody to Driversroom Festival of Speed. We are at Season 5, Round 5. Now we are in Italy at the famous Monza track. Let's go through the grid order of today's race. In pole position we have Cartman Reviser. Lining up alongside him is MS Too Fast. Then in third is Captain O'Reilly. In fourth is Awesome Alex. In fifth is Lex. And in sixth is Lionessy. Then in seventh is Flive. And in eighth is GTO 250. Then in ninth is MJ Mercer. And last but not least, in 10th we have Flappy. That is your lineup of today's race. Let's see what this famous track will bring us. It is Cartman on pole with MS Too Fast besides him, and it's lights out and away we go. Looks to be a good start from the both of them. There we see O'Reilly already moving to the right side of the track, trying to cover up Alex. Alex has the inside, but so does Cartman. Does Cartman still lead into turn 1? Awesome Alex misses his braking point by quite something and is now spun out onto the gravel and loses a bunch of positions. Cartman still holds the lead, but MS Too Fast is under threat of losing the position to O'Reilly. O'Reilly has the inside into, I believe it's Curva Grande. And then Lionessy is now in fourth into the second chicane. Don't miss your braking point this time. It looks to be all good. This time no casualties. As now Awesome Alex is all the way down in 10th place. As well, MS Too Fast has gotten himself a penalty. And O'Reilly has moved past MS Too Fast. Through the second Lesmo. As Flappy is now in last position, making a mistake. And that has moved Alex up a place again. Into the Ascari chicane. Little safety lift for Cartman. As we can see that O'Reilly is a bit out of shape, as somebody else in the distance there is, I think it was Awesome Alex, went a bit wide at the exit of the Ascari chicane. Flappy and GTO both having a penalty. Now to Parabolica. It is, I was gonna say it's still Cartman who leads, but actually O'Reilly has taken the lead. All the way from what I believe was third place. He's now at the end of lap 1 is in first place. So now braking into turn 1, the first chicane of the 3 actually. Everybody goes through nicely. And Flappy is back in front of Awesome Alex, and GTO is in front of MJ Mercer. Ooh, as O'Reilly goes very deep into the first chicane and he gets sent back in time. Oh, this is chaos now. He's now all the way down in 5th place. You can just see how terrible, I was gonna say, the penalty system and such is on Gran Turismo. Now Flyev has lost a couple of positions. He's now down in 9th place, but you can just see the bottom 6 guys very closely together all, with O'Reilly now in 5th place. Now through the Escari chicane. Look at how close they are all. This all means that Carmen is back into the lead, but now MS2 Vos is way closer to Carmen than he was the previous lap. So let's drive on board with MS2 Fast. Setting a 2 minute 14.1 into the slipstream now. He pulls out. Spots his braking point, but who is gonna get out on top? It looks to be MS2 Fast moving himself up into P1, and there we see O'Reilly having to defend from GTO. Now Flyev is in last place, also picking up himself a penalty. Mercer also having a small penalty left. Lex has caught up a bit to Lionessy in front. It's looking really good for their team. Retro Racing with Lex, Lionessy and Cartman all in the top 4 as who is that? It's GTO. GTO went very wide at the exit of Lesmo 2. Let's rewatch that. So comes in. Oh, turns in too much or gets on the power a bit too early, and then is on the gravel. Good job there on keeping it out of the barriers, and he can continue racing. But that has definitely cost him a lot of time. Now O'Reilly is a bit in the clear. MS2 Vos with 1 second penalty, now 0.1 second. Quite a big penalty, so maybe he cut a corner. Oh, and now he got himself another penalty. Is MS2 Vos going for it into Parabolica? It looks like it. He has got the inside, but does he have the better drive of the exit? Cartman is done a cutback. Who has got the better traction? Who is gonna get out in front? They are side by side, but it looks to be MS2 Fast who is a bit quicker. Cartman pulls back into the slipstream. Does he go for a move down into turn 1 as we see in the background Lex and Lionessy swapping positions? No, Cartman awaits his time to go for a move on MS2 Vos. MS2 Vos crucially without any slipstream now. So Retro Racing in the top 4 with 3 of their cars. Then we have in front, we have still MS2 Fast. And O'Reilly is now catching up a bit to Lionessy. Then Awesomatics is now back up a few places now into 6th place, but you can just see these this bottom 5, bottom half as well, as Alex goes a bit wobbly on the exit. It's GTO now in 10th place, being overtaken by Flappy. Looks to be that all these guys are very similar on pace. Now GTO was momentarily inside of Flappy due to Flappy having a penalty. Now MJ Mercer gets himself a 1 second penalty as well. Look at this slipstream frame. They're just keeping closely together, trying to fight their way back a bit up to the front of the pack. As MS2 was the fastest lap of the race so far, a 2:13.5. Fuel won't really be a problem out here today, I think, seeing that everybody has just passed the, except for O'Reilly, but that's a story we already know. Everybody else has just passed the 75% fuel left in the tank, and we are almost at 1/3 of the way there. So every driver has definitely got enough fuel, as Lex got a little tap from Lionessy, and that's just inviting O'Reilly to fight with them, as MS2 Fast and Cartman were momentarily side by side into Lesmo 1. Now down the back straight, coming to the Ascari chicane. Is Cartman gonna pull out, going for a move into the Ascari chicane? I don't think so. So now as I come up to the straight, let's have a quick rundown through the order. We are 5 laps in, almost beginning of lap 6. We have MS2 Fast in the lead and closely followed by Cartman. Then a big gap to Lex, Lionessy and O'Reilly. Lionessy there overtaking Lex who went really wide. I don't think that was planned. Now Lex has lost the toe to O'Reilly and Lionessy, so he will need to fight on his own. But the rest of the grid, it is Awesome Alex now in 6th place. Then we have Flappy being on the attack of MJ Mercer, and GTO also closely behind them. And then last is Live. O'Reilly has actually overtaken Lionessy to climb up a place again after his mistake on what was it, lap 2, which saw him tumble down the order after being reset after cutting the 2nd chicane. If you're really matched on pace around here, you can see that pretty quickly, seeing that everybody's formed a slipstream train one way or the other. Except for Awesome Alex, but he is now just cruising on his own after that lap 1 incident, which saw him missing his braking point at the first chicane. I do have to say, without any slipstream, MS2 Fast is still keeping up the pace. Lapping quicker now than Cartman, who has got the slipstream. Although in these cars I don't think the slipstream effect is that much more. Well, because one, those cars aren't really quickly, and secondly, because they have such a, yeah, I don't actually know. Especially the first point, they don't have a high top end, just above 200 kilometers an hour, 220 I believe it is. But now Awesome Alex is creeping in to the rear view mirror of Lex. So maybe Awesome Alex with that better tire management can do something as well. Seeing that the tire wear isn't that high, I don't think anybody is going to pit. Maybe for fuel, as O'Reilly is dangerously low at this point in time on his fuel. Just about halfway, and the race is also halfway. So maybe O'Reilly needs to start a bit of short shifting. As he runs a bit wide at the exit of Parabolica, and that will give Lionessy a better run. Hopefully, I'm not sure. O'Reilly was 3/10 quicker last lap than Lionessy was, so MS2 Fast is actually pulling away slightly from Cartman. Cartman also on a bit more worn tires. So it's now crucially that Cartman doesn't make any mistakes and tries to keep up with MS2 Fast in case MS2 Fast does make a mistake. Same story for Lionessy, trying to keep up with O'Reilly. And same with Awesome Alex, trying to keep up with Lex. Then Mercer is a bit on his own now, with GTO going wide at the first Lesmo. All these guys in the back having a penalty, and GTO goes off again at the exit of the second Lesmo. So all these guys having penalties due to track limits. Although you would say that a track like this with its long straights isn't that difficult to get right. Well, I can tell you, it is difficult to get it right. Because there are so much straights and the length of those straights, you really need to maximize the corners, because you're all a bit similar on straight line speed. Oh, you can have a look. Awesome Alex does have a bit of slipstream advantage, but it's about 4 kilometers an hour, 2 miles an hour, as Awesome Alex goes for the move down the inside into turn 1. That was miles away from my point of view. Let's rewatch that. So look at how far back Osmatics is. Caught legs napping. And just went in and he got the move done. So Lex not really paying attention on his rear view mirror. That has been a costly mistake. Although is Lex gonna go back at him? No, not quite into the second chicane. Linus is still behind O'Reilly and Cartman is still behind MS2 Fast. Cartman actually is almost so far away that he will lose the slipstream from MS2 Fast. So not looking too good for him. Then O'Reilly also keeping Linus behind. They're quite similar on pace, although Linus did his personal best lap last time round, a 2:14.3. Whilst the MS2 fastest lap is a 2:13.5. Almost 9/10 quicker than Linus per lap, has to be said. But now Linus might be able to go for a move. Pulls out to the outside. Does he do a dummy? No, he does not. Brakes earlier, hoping that O'Reilly would overshoot his braking point. Didn't quite work this time. Linus, he does have has a good exit out of the first chicane. Now all over the back of O'Reilly. O'Reilly moving to the outside, which becomes the inside for the next chicane. And Linus, he doesn't go for it. Lex has overtaken Awesome Alex again. To take 5th place. Then Mercer still on his own with a 1.5 second penalty at this moment in time. Then Vlijf in 8th and Flappy in 9th, and then GTO in 10th with a 4.2 second penalty. That's quite something. And there we see Flappy going up the inside of Vlijf into the first Lesmo, but Vlijf is still there. Now Vlijf has the inside for the second Lesmo, and Vlijf retakes 8th place, although he gets a bit wobbly on the exit. And now Flappy is back up into 8th place. Although I say that, but they are still side by side into the Ascari chicane. Oh, don't end badly, please. And it doesn't. Vlijf holds on and retakes 8th place. So, very brave move there from Vlijf. And Lioness is now side by side with O'Reilly. We will see a lot of this camera view in this race. Don't miss your braking point. But still O'Reilly is a bit low on fuel, I think. Yes, he is very close on fuel. I don't think he's actually gonna make it. Seeing that oh, it's gonna be a very close one. No, he's not gonna make it. O'Reilly is not gonna make it on fuel. Seeing that he's already past the 25% point of his fuel tank. As Linus retakes 3rd place at the second chicane, but O'Reilly now below 25%. And we have still 25% left to go, so yeah, it's gonna be a tricky one for O'Reilly. As if he's gonna fuel safe, he has to do it now, otherwise he won't have enough time left. Now driving with O'Reilly as he moves himself past Lionessy. Although he messed up the entry of the Ascaro chicane, and now Lionessy has retaken 3rd place. Although Lionessy goes wide at the exit of Ascaro chicane, that will give O'Reilly a better drive. It's all kicking off now. There in the background you can see Awesome Alex has moved past Lex. But this battle we are focusing on currently is I think the most exciting one. Lionessy having the inside at Parabolica, but O'Reilly maybe has a better drive. I think he has, and he surely has. Now O'Reilly back up into 3rd place, but it's the fuel that's worrying me and might be worrying O'Reilly as well. As side by side they go into the 1st chicane, and Lionessy retakes 3rd place. Does he have the traction to keep O'Reilly behind him? That's the question now. It looks like it into Curva Grande. Lionessy is still in front, but Awesome Alex is now closing in on them. So maybe we can see towards the end of these last final minutes that Awesome Alex will get into the mix as well. Lionessy is still in front of O'Reilly into the 2nd chicane. Side by side they are going, and still Lionessy who leads, but there comes Awesome Alex. What did I say? Awesome Alex has already arrived at the scene. Now 3 wide into Lesmo 1. Voice crack. Ah! And Awesome Alex takes 4th place. No, it's back down to 5th. O'Reilly still alongside him. Now O'Reilly has the inside for the 2nd Lesmo. And Lex now is also getting into the mix. It's all kicking off right now. So Lionessy from battling with O'Reilly, and now O'Reilly having to attack Lionessy. O'Reilly has also got a defend from Awesome Alex and Lex behind him. And don't forget, O'Reilly's fuel is dangerously low, already below 10%. And we have more than 10% of this race remaining. O'Reilly is gonna pull into the pits. He must do, otherwise he won't make it. Fuel saving that much, he won't manage to do so. That's a disaster. But does he notice it? I don't think so. He's going for it again on Lionessy, but Awesome Alex now has the slipstream of O'Reilly. Lionessy smart thinking there, moving between O'Reilly and Lex. And Joe Mercer also low on fuel, didn't calculate and save enough fuel. It is O'Reilly who goes into turn 1, taking 3rd place again, with Awesome Alex now in 4th. Now Lionessy is back, is down in 5th place. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen an exciting race like this in a while now. There, Lionessy goes around the outside of O'Reilly. O'Reilly now really needing to fuel save. You can just see how much slower he now is. Probably putting on fuel mix 6. And Lex is now up into 5th place. Although O'Reilly is still side by side. Lex into Lesmo 1. O'Reilly has the inside. Lex leaves him plenty of room, but Lex holds on around the outside. Now Lioness, can he retake that third place from Awesome Alex? We only have got 1.5 laps left of running. And MS Tufas has just increased the gap in front. He has driven perfectly. Not a single mistake. Cartman also driven very well. But unfortunately for him, MS Tufas was much quicker on this track. Lioness with enough fuel to really send it now. And O'Reilly now, is he gonna make this last lap on the fuel he has now? I am not sure. Vlaev is still in 7th place, then GTO in 8th, Flappy in 9th, and M. John Mercer after his pit stop in 10th place. This unfortunately for Mercer not fuel saving enough. Vlaev is actually also very low on fuel. Then O'Reilly. Lex, I think he can make it. Linus, he can make it for sure. Also Melis does make it as well on fuel. Cardinal, I think, will also be in the clear, and MS Tufas will also be. But now, unlike last race, Awesome Alex doesn't have the tire advantage, as the last lap sign shows. Mercer just in time to make it for another lap. Awesome Alex must be sure to not make a mistake, otherwise that podium position is lost. Now the second Lesmo exit, be careful. He does well to manage it. O'Reilly now really low on fuel. I think he will run out, and then GTO will get 6th place, and Vlaev battling with Flappy now. Flappy takes 8th place. Now we look at the leader, MS Too Fast for You. Rounds Parabolica for the final time and takes a stunning victory out here. Perfectly driven drive for him, and he will take victory in round 5. Then Carbon Revisor comes 2nd, and Awesome Alex now rounding Parabolica for the final time. He will take the last podium position. Then Lioness, he takes 4th, and Lex takes 5th. O'Reilly, has got no fuel left, and he's just gonna hold on. Oh no, he has run out, Does GTO get him though? That's the question. No, O'Reilly holds it and takes 6th place. GTO comes 7th and Flappy comes 8th. Then Vlaev comes 9th, and Mercer, last but not least, comes 10th after that pit stop. That was the race of today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment who you think would have come out on top if you were in that battle. For now, goodbye and see you next week. Bye bye.